GCU Soccer Stadium. It's the home opener for the GCU Loops as they take on Houston Baptist. Luke Larkin, I'm Alex Larson, and let's get right into starting lineups real quick. For Houston Baptist, in goal, Alanis Guevara, Cayman Beal, Bryce Reynolds, Autumn Wildung, Avery Cortez, Noor Abakishk, Taylin Rizzo, Sabria Spencer, Megan Rickert, Bailey Beakey, and shoring up that roster is Whitney Johnson. Now for the Lopes, in goal, Abby Burton, and she has been a star for the Lopes. And she's going to need help from her team. Fiona Samadurov, Hannah Edwards, Logan Van Dyne, Michaela McGee, Hannah Nichols, Kelsey Smith, Mackenzie Cook, Madison Wisely, JC Ironshad, and Andrea Martinez. What are you looking for, Luke?
Well, I'm looking for Abby Burton to really step up. She's only allowed 3 goals in the 2 games so far, giving her an average of 1.4 goals per game with a save percentage of 88%. She needs to show up, and truthfully, they need to limit the number of chances that are thrown at her.
Well, getting ready for kickoff here, and like you said, it's going to be a interesting matchup between Houston Baptist offense and see how Abby Burton does. And real quickly, before we get into the start of the game, some 2018-2019 rules changed or laws of the game. And Luke, how about you explain that to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So IFAB and NYSOA have changed the rules quite a bit this year. First of all, Law 11, the offsides decision, has changed some. Now, any player on the field can, in fact, make a save, thus not disallowing offsides. So if a defender is stopping a ball that's going towards the net, she sticks her leg out, it deflects to another player who's offsides. That player is still offsides. We cancel out the goal. Second, we're allowing the bands to play. Artificial noisemakers are totally fine now, all throughout the match. Wacky kickoffs, now that the ball can be kicked directly back, as we're about to see. If it goes in your own goal, we're just going to do a corner kick. Law 5, the referee, they've added to it that the decisions of the referee and all other match officials must always be respected. This is because there's a lot of dissent in soccer nowadays, especially at the youth level and at the professional level. So they're really trying to draw a very hard line on this. And finally, yellow cards because of penalty kicks. Essentially, if anyone messes up during a penalty kick, it's an automatic yellow card.
Well, kind of confusing there for you, not as understanding of soccer as Luke here, but as the game goes on, he will certainly make sure to explain that and instances of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But underway, GCU with the possession to start off. It looks like it's going to be a Husky possession now after a foul. Not quite sure.
That looks like a early foul heading in. Pretty dangerous set piece here for the Huskies. Referee's going to set the wall back about 10 yards. And we'll
look
get
who
going.
it is. Avery Cortez, the 2-goal scorer against Houston in the win on goal. But just as she is done, Burton squeezes it, no problems.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a turnover and a poor mistake there, giving it right back to Cortez. Fortunately, nice defensive play, but you can't do that because Cortez will make you pay.
Absolutely. But, you know, that is a great throw-in to give them. It gives your defenders a chance to get back and set up for the next play.
And there you go. Edwards gets it up, and GCU is in possession again. Guarded by 2. McGee goes down on the near side, but getting back possession is Kelsey Smith.
It looks like it's a foul against Michaela Cook there. Or Mackenzie Cook, my apologies.
That one about 30 yards deep, headed off a Husky head, and turnover there. Martinez has the ball, passes it out, and sees it go out of bounds for a Husky throw-in. Right about at the center mark, thrown in. Each team kind of course, feeling each other out, seeing the defensive schemes and offensive schemes that each other play.
Yeah, this first 5 minutes is going to be really important for the official to set the bar, see how he's going to call the game, see how loose he's going to play it, or how tight he's going to call it.
Oh, that ball not no harm done. GCU throw in, but for the Lopes, they're going to look to Mackenzie Cook, like you talked about, at preseason all-WAC selection. Twice scored in the exhibition game against Colorado College, so she's been in it. But if you look at the score lines from last year, they lost 11 games by 1 goal, and 8 were 1-0. So they just need to close it out. I mean, a lot of times they have the lead in the final minutes, and the opposition is able to score and get the win.
Absolutely. They need to play the full 90. I know that they play a very offensive game. It's a lot of running, a lot of counterattacks. I don't know if they need to use their subs more effectively or maybe...
Oh, headed out! Again in front. Cook sent it towards the box. That one almost went in, but a nice defensive play. I'm not sure which Husky got in there to head it out, but isn't that what you were just saying? Any player can make the save, or is that nothing's really changed there?
Yeah, absolutely. So any player can make a save, and offsides is still in effect if that happens.
Whew. Well, a big play right there, as it seemed like Guevara had been beaten dead to rights. Another look at that right here, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Just headed across the front of the goal.
Well,
it's a good challenge early.
Cortez with the ball. You're going to see a lot of Cortez possessions as a sliding tackle in. Smith takes out Beal, I believe.
Yeah, no foul there. Looked like she got the ball first.
And now that whole far side open. Pushes down is Rickard, Megan Rickard.
Well, and that's a great switch. She gets it over to the space and is able to move into the offensive third.
Another Husky player that's going to really trouble GCU, Sabria Spencer. Spencer 1 goal in the 3-1 win. Of course, it was 2 from Cortez, 1 from Spencer, but they each had 4 shots, and that's no joke.
Right, they're definitely a dangerous 1-2 punch on the front there. GCU's going to have to lock them down and make sure that they limit their opportunities.
So far, it seems maybe just a little bit to the untrained eye. Houston Baptist attacking with a little more pressure. GCU kind of sitting back, but content to feel out the Huskies. Sent on by Cortez, intercepted right about the center mark.
Played back to space. I like to see that.
Just the analysis we need here.
Played away without threat.
Middle of the field, and a double team's coming by Cortez. Able to recollect possession is Wisely, and GCU is going to try and make something happen. Ironshed. Lopes work the ball on the near side. Into the box, across on the ground, and gloved by Guevara.
Well, I was at practice the other day, and that was the exact play they were working so hard on, getting the ball in deep in the corners and then crossing it in either to find a head or perhaps an open foot.
Well, they need to kind of find a way to produce more shots. Outshot 24-2 against Washington State, and they were lucky to go into overtime there, but they still did it because of their heart and determination. And you got to think, if they could have had at least 5-6 more shots, that game's theirs for the taking.
Absolutely. This is such a strong team at the beginning of the match. All they need to do is find a way to extend that dominance later into the match.
Well, Coach Leader talked about this squad and all the newcomers and everything. He said, add the young mix and transfers. It's a much more athletic team from last year. We weren't able to capitalize. We outpossessed. We won each statistical category, but couldn't score more goals than the other team, and really that's what it comes down to. I mean, when you see a team with a statistical edge, you'd assume they win, but not so for GCU. Shot there blocked. Maybe somewhat of a chance fizzled out.
Well, and certainly every team is different. You can dominate play. I'm sorry, you can dominate in the scorebook and not produce on the field.
Well, GCU hoping to turn that around, really. I mean, keep the statistical production up, but also get the goals, and this is going to be a team. Oh, nice play defensively by Cayman Beal, and she comes up with it now. Tried for the through ball all the way in, and Burton is going to get possession. So we talked about Abby Burton, named the WAC Defensive Player of the Week with those 22 saves in 2 games between Gonzaga and Washington State. And they're really going to need her all year. And Coach Leader said that she was kind of the shy, not outspoken one last year. But, oh, Smith, a nice move inside. She's going to get into the box, to the middle. Now to the top of the box again, a shot, and that one, oh, punched out by Guevara. Floated in closer than we thought.
Absolutely. What a spectacular way to take that play that was broken and find someone open outside the 18 and smash it up towards that left upper 90.
Well,
get a nice corner kick out of it.
Yes, I was going to say, I thought, speaking of producing more corners, that's what they're going to need. But just to finish off on Burton, they got her more involved in heavy community service as well as talking more in practice, and that has made her an outspoken leader now in her senior year. To the middle, and it's punched out. Nice job by Guevara getting the hands there first.
Should be a corner kick on our side. Yes, it is.
Exactly what they're wanting to do is get a couple more corners, because overall, 3 corner kicks coming into this game, I should say, 3 corner kicks compared to the opposition's 25. That is a staggering number, and one they certainly want to reverse.
Well, it certainly speaks to a lack of control of the match. When you're being outshot in the corners like that, let's see this.
Handed out, nice job keeping possession, GCU. And kicked out, and a nice play made.
So as I was saying, when you're being outshot on the corners like that, that really speaks to your opponent is getting a lot of shots and they're on net because someone's having to step in front of it and deflect it out over that goal line.
Well, and it's good to see GCU getting the corners early, because it really indicates that they're going to keep doing that and stay consistent with that, but we will see. Sent in now, GCU on the possession. Smith for a run down the near side, and it's going to be out for a Husky throw-in. Cayman Beal.
Well, we can certainly talk until we're blue in the face about the statistics, but how about playing in front of your home crowd here at beautiful GCU Stadium, playing in front of the Havocs? They're so loud. They're so helpful. They can change a game just like that.
Oh, it's absolutely a bigger, I'd say, advantage than some other schools, just because of the attendance and the consistent dedication and loyalty to all the GCU athletics, and you really feel the atmosphere if you're a defending team or if you're an opposition team.
Right. I would not want to be down there as their goalie right now.
Yeah, what about when they score a goal and the goal horn goes on? Is that what you're talking about there,
Well,
Luke?
and look at all those Havocs right there behind the net. You got to believe that they are just letting her know that they're standing right there and they're ready for her to make a mistake.
And guess what? When they switch halves, well, the purple, all that blob of purple will follow her. Into the box now, a shot taken over the crossbar. Beautiful looking shot from Sabria Spencer. She is something to be careful for.
Absolutely. I would have liked to see her take one more touch maybe, just a little bit deeper. She took that from out in the corner of the area. Hopefully we can limit those chances from her.
Oh, we talked about the leg of Cortez and Spencer, but I'd say early on Spencer seems to have the better shot, and she is certainly lurking, but GCU's defense is going to have to stay alert all day. Far side, Lopez possession. Defensively clamped down on, and Houston Baptist runs up with it.
Just playing right down the line, and it's out of bounds.
A little too close, right? But I'll tell you what, she definitely had the speed, a nice lead on that ball there.
Yeah, absolutely. If that had gotten through, I don't want to think about what might have happened.
She certainly had speed. And, well, we talk about the Gonzaga game. That was 2-1 loss.
Well, real quick, Alex, this is something that I'm talking about. They have 2 defenders closer to their goal. They're completely open there. You need to play that around through the back, find someone who's open, and then play it forward.
Yeah, well, that's good thing that the ball didn't go through there, because, as you just said, well, could have been a flaw. Now Beakey. Middle of the field for the Huskies. Kind of a misplay there. Having to backtrack on the ball is Beal. Getting it back to Guevara. Near side, intercepted by Smith. Sends it into the box, falling backwards. Nothing doing.
Finding space. That's a good defensive play to step up, kick that out of bounds, let everyone get back on their side of the play.
There is Spencer pushed from behind and a big shove right there by 19 Hannah Edwards. Spencer not too happy about it, but sure we're going to see quite a bit of physicality too as this game goes on. It's hot down there. Tensions are going to boil over, you know. There's going to be frustrations and it's a competitive game, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Kelsey Smith spiking the ball out of anger. That should be a yellow card for dissent. She's talking with the fourth official right now. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of it. I don't like seeing that. You can't have your captain spiking the ball like that and, you know, not get anything out of it.
Well, especially at the point we are in the game, it's too soon to be doing that, getting frustrated. You've got to let it go. Now here's a run. Cook down the right side, into the box. She can strike it with the left. Oh, just a little bit too much of a lead. Top of the box. Nice stutter step, but it's blocked out by a Husky and then cleared. And passed, not quite past the center line. Nice play there by Spencer.
Well, that's such a great offensive chance. Mackenzie Cook is so dangerous when she's on the ball. She just sidestepped 3 different players to get into the area.
I was going to say, there's only so much you can do. She weaved through and took it to the left foot and just let a little bit too much off her foot. But throw in here, and GCU's got another chance. There's Cook. She looks speedy today, and they're going to need that speed burst here. GCU certainly wanting to get on the board first and really hear that goal horn, that whatever you want to call it, the train horn for the first time this year.
Yeah, they just yesterday replaced it.
That was close.
Yeah, played in, out for a corner. We like to see that.
Trying to find Kelsey Smith, but off ahead of a Houston Baptist Husky. The third corner kick for GCU already, and that ties their season high already. So 6 for the season. Sends it in. Backside. Oh, didn't quite get to the net.
Oh, what a play across. All that needs is one more person to come in with a head and finish that. What an awesome look. Let's keep seeing that production from the Lopes.
Right. It certainly seems that they are getting the production they want early, and they did exactly what we were talking about before the game, Luke, trying to get it out wide as opposed to just attacking right away and sending it into the box.
Right, like I said, they were working on that all day yesterday at practice. You know, truthfully, I was a little surprised, but it is such an important part of their game.
And you're seeing, I mean, you're really seeing it. Everyone, it's blatant that they're trying to do it, but if it's working, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Now Cook to Smith, nice lead ball, but a defender comes in on that, Whitney Johnson.
Defends it out. That's a good play.
Defensive play, too. That was a aggressive play, I should say, not defensive play.
Crowd yelling for a foul, but there's nothing there. We'll keep playing.
There's nothing there.
This is something that I really like about Houston is they're not afraid to play in their defensive third. They're willing to play that possession and find people that are open.
Well, Bailey Beakey out there.
Here's the switch to the weak side.
First team Southland Conference, as well as 3 second-team Southland Conference, all conference, Wildung, Guevara, and Rickard. Now far side. Nice defensive play by GCU to get a step in. Ball off the goal line, and it's going to be a goal kick?
Yes, looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Good play there.
Scared me at first.
Able to fight off the striker and keep her to the outside. Get the ball over the goal line for a goal kick.
So Houston Baptist will travel to U of A after this. Take on the Wildcats, stay in Arizona. Hopefully The Lopes can really keep the advantage in the heat, because it doesn't matter where you live. Nowhere's really as hot as Arizona.
Well, speaking of the advantage, center referee just played advantage. There was a foul there. He sticks his arm out, says, I see that. I'm not happy about it, but we're going to keep playing because this is a dangerous chance right here.
Well,
what a shot.
Punched out, and that is why Guevara is second team all-conference. Tremendous save, even better shot. Whew.
Well, great decision by the official. I love to see advantage played well. Lets everyone know that that's not an okay thing to be doing, but he's not going to keep that chance from the Lopes to make a great shot on the upper 90.
I really thought that one was going to find that top left, and now just getting over the head of Ironshad. Worked on by two Husky defenders, and back out to a teammate in McGee. Into the box, head on, a goal! Number one for the Lopes, it's 1-0.
It's a great finish. We talked about this throughout the beginning of the game. Wait, no, there's offsides on the decision.
Oh.
We'll see if we can get a replay of that.
Oh, man. Well, not only did it fool me, it fooled everybody else here, because they had the smoke going off too, and crowd not too happy about that one. Did you see it?
I did not. I'd love to see the replay of that if we have it.
Yeah, I'd love to get a replay on that one, but well, that's exactly the start you want.
That's what you want to see from this club, even when, here's our replay.
Yeah, I think they thought they were on it too, but here comes Houston Baptist up with it. Yeah, just the hot start you wanted. Now sends it in. A step here for Abakush. Houston Baptist, oh, not going to get it. Almost an answer on the other side, but Burton squeezes it.
Well, even when that doesn't hit the back of the net, even when you are offsides, that's what you want to see. You're letting their goalie know, we're here, we're willing to score some goals, and we can.
Yeah, and they're getting tremendous pressure early, and not sure the Huskies were expecting that here, and now
Steps
a shot
up.
coming. Oh, just misses wide. That one was a worm burner, stayed low on it. Guevara unable to make a play on it, but didn't need to, and now she will have a goal kick. Looking to build some momentum here for an in-state rivalry Sunday night against NAU. GCU is, and they are starting off that weekend homestand very strong. Not quite on the board, it was called off, but keep playing like this and you can be sure they'll get it.
Well, I would be shocked if they don't get a goal by the 45-minute mark.
No, me too. They're definitely winning the possession battle, winning.
Look at that space there in the middle. Kelsey Smith plays it back.
Top of the box, and a little bit of hesitation there. A shot coming. Guevara gloves it. Would have been a good shot if it was a little higher. Still was a good shot, but didn't quite trouble Guevara enough.
Well, Mackenzie Cook is just turning and trying to get something on net. Perhaps a little bit off balance, but what a great finish anyway.
Well, coming into this game, GCU had 4 shots on goal the whole season. Outshot by the opponent in total 50-15. That is not the case here, as they are winning each statistical advantage. But GCU has had 22 saves total compared to an opponent 3 saves. Guevara already has more than that here in less than 25 minutes.
And here we have Cameron Larson going on, subbing in for the Lopes. Little disagreement between the two officials on whose goal or whose throw-in it's going to be. I think it's going to be GCU's. Yes, Lopes are picking it up.
Cameron Larson, the lone goal against Gonzaga. Throw in here on the far side. Can't quite get a number there. get some muscle on that one. Finds Larson. Larson heads it in, unable to do something with it. And an attempt to clear by the Huskies is successful, as up with it is Spencer. Sabria Spencer. Nice lob. And Abakushk working, able to keep it. Now numbers. Top of the box. Shot. Nice block right there. Beautifully done by Van Dyne, and able to sweep it out and kick it out.
Well, again, the referee is playing advantage, letting that go, letting them know that that's not an okay play, but he wanted to see the finish.
Now, is that kind of a law change, or were they more strict last year with it, where they would have stopped even if something was happening?
Over the last number of years, they've definitely encouraged referees to use it more. In that instance, I would have probably wanted to see a call because of the numerical disadvantage. But you know what? As a Lopes fan, we'll probably take that one.
Absolutely. And still scoreless here in the 24th minute, but the Lopes have been all over Guevara and her Huskies tonight.
Well, absolutely. If you're just joining us, the Lopes have really been all over the attacking third. They have had a goal called off because of offsides. They have been playing in from the wings very well.
Yeah, nice job of pushing out wide and getting crosses, but that one, not the same strategy. Does either way. Guevara has it. And it looks like it's going to fall to a Lope. It does. See if they can make something happen. Smith now, middle of the field. She's got options if she wants. She'll shoot. Saved by Guevara. Oh, my goodness.
A spectacular save, jumps to her right. Good movement on that ball from Smith. With the defenders coming in, able to get it off, put it towards the post. Great finish, even better save.
I'll tell you what is it going to take for these Lopes to beat Guevara? I really don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's when, really.
Well, Lopes looking for a push in the back there. Doesn't look like they'll get anything from the referee, who's just feet away.
Yeah, but I mean, it's when. They're getting so much pressure on the net and all these shots. Nice defensive play, and GCU with it, but just not quite what they've been doing all season. They have started well, but it's been finishing that's been their problem, and here they're starting well. Now down the side is Smith. Houston Baptist won this matchup last year in Houston 2-0. Sent in, that one's gonna be way too high, and watches it sail over the net. 7-7-3 finish for the Huskies last year. Lost in the first round in the Southland Conference Tournament. Guevara. Tries to find a teammate. Headed in the air. Off of several heads. Now, Noor Abakushk from Cairo, Egypt. There's a push and nothing. A trip, was that, did she just get tripped there?
Looks like good shoulder-to-shoulder contact, or at least that looks what the referee saw from the middle of the field.
Okay, so just kind of expand on us for as far as fouls. You know, what's not going to draw it, and what is going to draw a foul, like on something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely depends on your center official. Some guys don't like to see any arms. Some guys allow the arms. Soccer is, to a degree, a full contact sport, as long as the contact is coming shoulder to shoulder. Gals can come together pretty hard, and we keep playing.
And you love to see, I mean, you don't like to see stoppage of play in, you know, in every tackle and every foul. So that's definitely good that they've been trying to influence more of a keep play on.
Well, absolutely. They are definitely encouraging referees to try to find that balance between calling the game and staying strict on the players and letting the game really flow, letting it play, letting the players get a feeling of how the match is going and how far they can push that boundary with the fouls.
I'd say so far, they've done a great job of doing that in this game. The flow of play has been very good, and each team has been able to feel out each other. GCU obviously a little bit more so, it seems, early, but credit to the referees. Exactly what you said there.
Well, another offsides here coming against the Lopes. Just looked like got stuck in offsides. Ball was played back to her, and the defender was forced to make a play, which no assistant referee is okay with.
So GCU, who will host NAU Sunday night, will leave on a 4-game road trip after that. They'll head to UTEP, Texas San Antonio, Northern Colorado, and then Colorado State, a matchup with the Rams, a team they have not played in women's soccer for quite some time. Cameron Larson. In the corner, Larson. Worked on by 2, nothing doing at all, and able to get it out, but it's, yeah, it stays their possession. Throw in here for Smith. Oh, nice cross, headed out, kept with it, and then over, it's Cook. What can she do with it? Whew. Dangling the defenders right there. Absolute trickery. Fakes the shot. She can really work with those feet.
She's able to make some space by just doing a simple over the ball, create space with that defender, and be able to play it out to other players.
And Huskies with possession once more. Trying to work it up the field, but not many times. That's really what they've tried to do the whole time. I've seemed to see is go over the top and try to get, them to beat out the GCU defenders.
Right now, they're certainly relying on that through ball. They're playing it wide and trying to kick it as far down the field as they can because of how much pressure these Lopes are putting on them right now.
Oh, right, and you got to, you're always going to be tired in a soccer game, but the way GCU is playing here, you got to imagine that Houston Baptist is fatigued, although we haven't seen a ton of subs. I mean, they've been really playing a ton of defense.
Well, speaking of subs, here we are. Lopes are going to sub in a couple of players.
Noah Johnson and Sarah Inafuku. Well, I guess GCU needing the change there. Cameron Larson was the first sub to have come on. Now we've got Johnson and Inafuku.
Well, it's certainly hot here in Arizona. We could say that just about any game. But it's certainly hot here. I don't believe they're going to be doing any water breaks at all. So it's really good to see the Lopes getting out there and using those subs effectively. If they can do that, they can last all 90.
Yeah, now why don't you tell the listeners, really? I mean, last year you saw several stoppages in play in the men's games, the women's games, for water. And is that a common thing around soccer, or is that just GCU?
You know, whenever it's really hot, we'll see there's a foul there as who was that? Michaela McGee steps up and just gives her a nice shove. But whenever it's really hot, the referee will stop the game. He'll let them go over about at the quarters, whatever works with the play of game, and just let them go get some water. They're not allowed to get coached during that time. It's just for the medical and the safety application of it.
Well, there you go. Might not see that today. Only 102 is the high, I believe.
Only.
Well, I mean, come on. In Arizona, we're like, thank goodness, but whew. Beal looks like she is going to come off. Beal is going to come off, and on comes number 5, Carolyn Gillespie. Caroline Gillespie checks in for Cayman Beal. Now, 10 yards outside the box. Driving in, a nice tackle to get that ball out, and definitely foot to ball, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Great play. Able to get it out on the touch line instead of the goal line. So we're going to see a throw-in, which is going to have a lot less range than the corner kick would have. Great play.
And I believe the Huskies have still yet to get a corner, or I don't think they've gotten a corner so far, so great job defensively. It's great to see a bunch of the Lopes defenders ready, and they're able to keep it out. Huskies stay with possession, though. Nice move by Abakush into the box. Oh, man, that could be, no. I think it was an accident, but that seemed like a pretty hard foul.
Looks like the striker got her arm out, trying to create some space, just pushed a little bit too hard. Lopes will have a free kick going out.
Well, it's great to see. You look down in the stands, you see some volleyball players from the men's side, the women's side, and then Sierra Shea Smith down there for the softball team. So all wanting to get in on the action early as Larson running at the ball. She's got speed. No, just missed it. Oh, my gosh. She wanted that one back, and she will have nightmares about that one for the next week.
Well, that was just a great opportunity play. The defender was kind of playing lazily back on the ball. Didn't realize that she had a company coming up right behind her.
Yeah, I mean, Larson I've never seen a defenseman get the ball taken away like that. I mean, now running down the side, still seems like GCU is more conditioned than Houston Baptist at this point in the 34th minute, almost the 35th minute. Throw in here, Wildung. Abakush, oh, she's going to send that one to the Student Union. And there's a souvenir for someone, and someone grabbed it. I'm guessing you'll have to bring that back, but it's fun anyway.
And Perry Belzer heading on the field for the Lopes.
So 4 subs now, Belzer, Johnson, Inafuku, and Larson in this first half. Bouncing around on the heads. Spencer. Nothing doing. Sent in again, and GCU's defense is able to quell that attack. Loses it.
Dangerous turnover in the defensive third for the Lopes.
Yeah, especially Sabria Spencer. Oh, definitely miscommunication there. I think she was looking for Wildung. Those are the 1-2 punch that you talk about, but nothing happening there. So it'll be a goal kick. Logan Johnston down there had injury on her shoulder last year for the softball team. Excited to have her back.
Yeah, you know, these athletes are just quite the community here at GCU. They're all out there patting each other on the back, cheering for each other. It doesn't matter who's in season. They're all out there cheering for them.
Yeah, and I can tell you what, I'm sure watching them just makes them want to play once their season to start even more. You know, the Smith twins probably chomping at the bit to get things going again in the GCU softball stadium, but that one's sent in from far. Cook tried to get it, doesn't. Ball falls to Johnson. Johnson passes it off, gets to Cook. Middle of the field, she'll work on one defender, sends it in, looks for the give and go. Larson stays with it, and a little too far, and maybe miscommunication as she was looking for Inafuku.
Great opportunity there for the Lopes, able to play it around right in front of the penalty area in the attacking third. Anytime a team can do that, they're a danger to score.
Well, in order to stay consistent with your assumption, we got to see a goal here from GCU before halftime, but
yeah, I
think they're right there.
My credibility is kind of hanging on it, isn't it?
No, not at all. They're playing. I mean, in my opinion, it should have already been a goal, but that was waved off. That's okay. That's in the past.
Well, you know, that's Law 11 is so difficult to call, even when you're on the field, and we're, what, 100 yards away from where it happened?
Absolutely, yes. No fault to anybody for that. That's just, someone down That player is Avery Cortez. That is not good. Cortez the star. And hope she is okay.
We'll step aside while the medical trainers take a look.
Should be at 30.
37:40. Good to see Cortez up. Well, hopefully just cramps, I guess. And that doesn't sound, but you know, compared to what it could be, cramps would definitely just be a little massage and some water. These Huskies are going to need Cortez, and she is appearing to walk it off just fine. So
well,
that is awesome.
It's really good to see a player be able to get up under their own strength and walk across the field. She's going to have to stand here on the sideline just as a matter of procedure. We'll start this match back up, and then she'll be waved right on.
Well, maybe that's exactly what GCU needs to get a little break and a spark. For the last 6-7 minutes, it's kind of been a lull in this game, although you can't fault the Lopes at all. They were really aggressive in the first 25-30 minutes, but unable to have as much success consistently down by the corners as they did earlier.
I'm a little surprised here. It didn't look like when she first went down that it was a foul, but looks like the referee decided that he would elect to give them a free kick, and we're underway here in Arizona.
Sent over now the far side. Cook. Van Dyne plays it back. Lopes just looking to work it up into their offensive part of the field.
And this is exactly what we wanted to see. They're playing around in the back. They're using that defensive third where they have a lot of space, and they're keeping that possession, making the strikers run at them.
Yeah, I was going to say, tiring out these Huskies, as you can really tell. I mean, starting to fatigue just from this, and then they'll try and take advantage and work it up. Kind of a miss hit there on the pass. Sent in by Abakushk. And GCU with it again, so they'll continue to slowly work it up and try and tire out these Huskies as we are just about into the 40th minute here. Abakushk. Nice little move there, worked on by two Lopes. Dumps it off, and nice job by Johnson to come in there, or I should say Inafuku to try and make the steal. Couldn't get it. Huskies work it up.
Lots of space for the Huskies here on the wing. She'll play it wide into the corner and try to cross it, but we'll have a throw-in.
Well, substitution coming on. Number 3. Catalina Elwanger comes on, so that is only the second substitute, I think, for the Huskies so far. So GCU 4, Huskies 2, and they'll have a throw-in.
Well, and they have not necessarily a very long road trip ahead of them, only going to face U of A after this, but certainly a hot road trip going down to Tucson.
And obviously you don't travel, you have a travel roster, so that bench, you just compare the Huskies and the Lopes bench, and it's just different because of the travel restrictions. Well, we are close to the halfway point of this game. GCU has, I wouldn't say clearly dominated, but statistically they certainly have. something in the middle of the field now. It's Cortez. Well, that was a mishit and a real waste.
Well, and she knows it. As soon as that left her foot, she was grimacing, grabbing her face. It's unfortunate to see, but unfortunately for us as Lopes fans, I'm sure we'll see a lot more of her. She'll be getting more chances.
Yeah, I was going to say, and don't think many more of those shots are going to be mishit. Here now something. Perry Belzer just outside. Sends it in and grabbed by Guevara. That one quickly grabbed, but it looks like there was a chance just a little too low.
A goalie doing a great job of stepping out and ending that attack right there.
Middle of the field. Played by, taken away by the Huskies. And up come the Lopes. Cook. Now she will try and work some magic like she does, just missing the upper 90 again. Whew.
Mackenzie Cook is so dangerous from anywhere on the field. She'll take it from inside the 18. She'll take it from outside the 18. Anywhere she can get the ball, she's dangerous.
43rd minute here as Guevara goes with the goal kick. Sends it in and finds Cortez. Pushed from behind, and then Belzer gets possession. Huskies with the ball. Works up to the middle of the field. Now on with a nice through ball, and Cook barely missed that one. Came off the foot of 23 Bailey Beakey, and that's why she was a first-team all-conference selection. Another chance outside the box, blocked again. Is that Beakey again? No, that's Cortez. And now Cortez comes up with it.
Well, what a two-way player to be able to drop back in the defense, step forward in the attack, and be very dangerous.
Fortunately, hasn't snake bitten us yet, but she is certainly getting ready to. Maybe the break will give one of these teams or players the boost they need out on the Lopes. So it will be a throw-in on the near side right in front of their own bench for Megan Rickert.
Yeah, only about 2 minutes left here in the half. Hopefully the Lopes can get a goal to be able to send Houston Baptist back to their locker room more upset than they would be.
Oh man, that would be certainly a dagger when you allow a goal in the final minutes before the half or before the end of the game, obviously. So yeah, you'd love to see that, but see if GCU tries to do so.
This here is really good soccer. They know how much time is left on the clock because they're attacking towards the clock, but they are more than willing to play it around in their defensive third, find those attacks, find those lanes that are open.
Nichols lost the ball, and to play it is Van Dyne back to Burton. Lurking, however, was number 3, Catalina Elwanger for Houston Baptist, unable to get it. Here's Noah Johnson. Sent up, far side of the field, over the center mark. 30 seconds left as that on the far side. I believe that was Kelsey Smith. Stolen away. Houston Baptist with it, passes it over. Intercepted by the Lopes here. So can they get a shot? Sends it down. And no one in the box. Larson will send it across. And that is halftime.
Well, certainly not the scoreline we'd like to see going into the half, but absolutely great to see them control the game so far. I think there's going to be some good things said in the locker room during halftime here.
Yeah, and it's pretty much exactly what we expected. We said for GCU, Mackenzie Cook, Abby Burton, she has not been tested as much as maybe she would like, well, not necessarily her, but I guess the Huskies, and then Avery Cortez and Sabria Spencer for the Huskies have been getting things done, but they need to get the rest of the team in it because you can't really do it but with 1 and 2.
Absolutely. This second half is going to be really important for the Lopes. They have to keep up their energy. They have to keep up how hard they're attacking. And really, they need to make sure that they keep Houston Baptist out of this game.
To finish off, before we take a short break, Elenis Guevara has been phenomenal. 7 saves for the goalkeeper for Houston Baptist, and she is the only reason why the Lopes don't lead, and a goal called off for offsides for GCU. Let's take a quick break and be right back after this.
You got me moving to a different beat. I'm singing this melody. I'm lost in the rhythm of your love.
What should we fear? What need we hide from when our God goes before?
In a place in my hands to fit this perfect plan for you and I.
Stands your creation. We trust in you alone. Make yourself known.
Oh my God, does impossible. Just lay your head down on my shoulder. You were never meant to suffer alone. To compassion for the ones who turn away from the love that came to save our broken hearts. You tell me that I am enough for you,
But isn't that what's beautiful? That we don't know anything at all.
you still love me. You still love
Well, for the Lopes, out shooting Houston Baptist in the first half, 16-1. We talked about that was one of the things that the Lopes needed to be careful for, was not getting outshot and finishing. They don't have the lead yet, but they are about to. And let's take a look at the GCU Hotel halftime highlights.
The Lopes were able to get a lot of corner kicks. That's what we like to see. That ball's played right up to the goal. Great save by the defender. Here's one going upper 90. What a save.
And that's just Guevara being a great keeper.
There's another one to the upper 90. She's really the reason that they've stayed in this one.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And
Great defensive play there.
I was going to say that the suffocating defense and then a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. She just pulls a little tap on the left shoulder, go around on the right.
I think maybe she just saw the goal and the fame just before she had hit it. But this is a great game and a tremendous attendance. Season opener at home. And a lot of excitement here for the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the student body is super glad to be back here for another school year. But let's talk about what a busy summer GCU Athletics had. Here's Hayden Newlander with tonight's Lopes Report.
Thanks, guys. I'm Hayden Newlander, and this is your Lopes Report. GCU Athletics had a powerful and impressive summer. Men's golfer Vinnie Murphy took the title of WAC Player of the Year with 7 top 10 finishes and 2 first-place finishes during the season. Jake Channon from the men's team also had a busy summer, winning the Arizona Stroke Play title and later captured the 94th Arizona Amateur Championship in 8 rounds of golf. Women's golf was able to take the WAC Women's Golf Championship this year. The team trailed in the 3rd round behind Seattle and New Mexico State, but pulled together as a team to bring the title home to GCU. Men's and women's tennis played tough and clinched a spot in the WAC tennis tournament, but unfortunately ended their season in the semifinal round with hard-fought matches.
1, 2, 3, Canyon!
Men's volleyball had a historic season with 18 regular season wins, 15 weeks ranked in the top 15, almost 15,500 fans hosted during gameplay, and 3 players receiving all-conference honors, including Ashton King, Colin Mosier, and Sky Ingerman. Women's volleyball prepares to start off the season tonight against New Mexico. Tegan DeFalco was recently named to the 2018 preseason All-WAC team in a vote by conference coaches. You can catch the team in their first home game next Friday, August 31st, right here on GCU TV. Softball played in the WAC tournament this year, playing against New Mexico State and taking a set of solid wins over Seattle U, Utah Valley, and Kansas City, buying them a spot in the WAC championship. The team lost a close final game against New Mexico State, 9-7, nearly missing the championship. Baseball closed out their season with a record of 33-24. The men clinched their 2nd straight title for the WAC regular season championship. 6 Lopes got the chance to make it big moving into major league organizations. Jake Wong, Mick Vorhoff, Zach Malice, Ian Evans, Griffin Barnes, and Ethan Avenko all signed professional contracts to move forward with their baseball careers. Men's basketball stars Casey Benson and Keontae Vernon both took a pro route this summer. Benson signed a contract to play with a Slovenian club, and Vernon took the contract deal to play in France. Men's basketball took an adventure over to the Bahamas and made their preseason debut with a win against the Providence Storms, 88-73, earlier this week. GCU track and field pulled an impressive feat with 14 athletes qualifying for the NCAA West Championships and 3 of those athletes moving on to the NCAA Championships hosted in Oregon. The team pulled in 4 WAC championships total. Women's soccer earned a 4th place spot in the preseason poll along with a great honor for Mackenzie Cook. Cook was named to the preseason All-WAC squad from her impressive 2017 year, leading the Lopes in many game stats. Men's soccer also was put on the list to finish 6th in the conference this year. WAC freshman of the year, Josh Drack, learned that he was also added to the preseason All-WAC team through his impressive performance in the 2017 season. In other news, many Lopes got the chance to help out those in need and volunteer their time providing for the community at this year's back-to-school clothing drive, supporting many Title I schools right here in Arizona. The GCU athletic teams won the WAC Academic Excellence Award this year, finishing with an average 3.47 GPA for all 21 varsity teams as the student athletes work hard in the classrooms. That's it for the Lopes summer. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Hayden. A lot of excitement and anticipation for all sports on campus this year. It's been a fun welcome week this week. For those of you at home, here's a look at how GCU does moving. Welcome week sees another hundreds, comma thousands, not 100,000s, students moving in and beginning their new life on campus here at GCU. And speaking of new life, the second half is really a new shot for the Lopes and for Houston Baptist. Let's revisit your 3 keys to the game, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier in our pregame, our Sanderson Ford keys to the game, they need to lean on all-whack Mackenzie Cook. She has been really powerful this game, really important to them. She's proven to Houston Baptist that she's a threat from anywhere on the field. She leads this team offensively from the midfield. Second, they need to control the game, and they've done that. They've played around with possession, they've played east-west soccer, and they've really worn out their opponent. I think this second half, we'll see that wear really start to take an effect on Houston Baptist. And third and finally, second half, they need to finish out this game. They have to play that full 90 minutes, and they can't allow that late goal. That's been their biggest problem with the last 2 games.
Yeah, well, it's really true that GCU has been known to start exceptionally well, you know, ride the momentum of the fans, and then kind of towards the end, they just kind of seem to collapse. But if they continue to play this way, that absolutely will not and cannot happen. They are outplaying Houston Baptist, not only physically, but statistically.
Well, and let's talk about playing here at home. Those Havocs have moved, like we said. They were behind the offensive net. They've moved over to the other side. I'm sure their goalie is going to be not very happy to see them out there.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for them, though, Guevara has not been phased whatsoever. An absolute marvelous start by her, 5 saves, and really all stunners. I mean, diving to her left, sticking her hand up to the right. You name it.
Absolutely. She needed a little bit of help from the assistant referee, but aside from that, she has been lights out today.
Well, let's take a quick break and be right back as we near the start of the second half.
Time. It's time for laughter and for play. Time for celebration and adventure. Summer is the time to share moments and create memories. Time to make the most of the long days and warm nights full of laughter and light and moments to remember. It's time you slowed down, time you switched off and forgot about time. When we look back on the life we create, the relationships we've nurtured, and the young ones we've raised, let this be the time we remember. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Well, definitely a fun time here during halftime. We had a lot of future Lopes coming out onto the field, doing a little scrimmage.
Yep, looks fun. And now
Saw a lot of good moves out there, you know. Maybe we'll see them playing for the big club in 10 years or so.
fans excited. 2:15. GCU on the field stretching. And sun out, some clouds out there to the south. And it's nice to see GCU out there warming up before the Huskies.
Yeah, they certainly feel good right now. There wasn't a lot, I'm sure, for Leader to talk about. You know, I think they got in there, said, do more of that, and they decided to come back out and take the field.
A lot more for the Huskies to talk about.
Yeah, here come our referees getting a little bit of a conversation with some of the GCU coaches. Alex, what do you want to see in this half from the Lopes?
Just the same thing we saw in the first 25 minutes, attacking the goal and getting shots like they have been. And I think they'll win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can keep up the pressure that they've had so far, I mean, They had, what, 70-30 possession? If they can keep that up, I would be shocked if we don't leave here happy.
Here come the Huskies. They're walking right by GCU on the near side. You've got players in pink, green, and then the starters in blue. Coach's lead.
And over there by the Havocs, looks like Mackenzie Cook and some of the other players going over, hyping up the crowd, letting them know that they're glad that they came out here and that they will be able to go home happy tonight.
We will see as the second half is going to start here in a couple seconds.
Well, Alex, that first half got a little bit bumpy, got a little bit aggressive, a lot of hard fouls, good hard fouls, probably a little bit of anger just because of all the heat, little frustration. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the referees here call it a little bit tighter. Just like the players, they head out into the locker room, they sit down, they say, you know, how can we better facilitate this game? How can we make sure that the players are the ones that decide it and not us, the officials?
Well, let's hope GCU can score here. On the field, we are set to go almost. Here they come. 0-0 to start the second half.
And it's just like how we started. You know, there's nothing going into this half except the momentum of the first half. There goes the cannon to mark the start of the second half. 45 minutes on the clock. Just waiting on the man in the middle. Here we go.
There it was. So switching sides, and now it is Abakushk. She's done really well, actually. Not a ton to speak of statistically, but as far as getting open and making moves, she's done a good job.
The Huskies are going to really come out here strong for the first 5 minutes. They're going to be really aggressive. They've been wound up by their coach.
Oh, man, almost a goal right there, but Burton grabs it. And you talk about being wound up. Well, you saw it.
Yeah, what a great finish there on the back foot. Just able to stick that out, redirect it towards that back post. Great stop by Burton.
Headed in the middle of the field. Fiona Samadurov is in the game.
Yeah, plays it in deep, but just too far, out of bounds for a throw-in.
Here's a throw-in. Beal. Spencer. Back to Beal. Throw-in here.
Well, let's see here if the Lopes can hold possession in the attacking third. They can play around a little bit with some of that space.
Ball in the middle of the field. Cook. Passes it out wide. Now coming into the top. Shots with the left foot. Block, nice block in the penalty area. Now down low, left-footed shot. Not even close. And definitely not her strong foot was from Martinez.
Yeah, absolutely. She would have really liked to have that first chance. Wasn't able to get it with the defender right on her shoulder. She'll elect to kick it once more out. Try with that weak foot. Rolls just outside of the post, but that's all right. Yeah. We like to see those chances. We like to see that pressure early from the Lopes.
Right, and like you said earlier, it's just getting the goaltender thinking sometimes. Sent in. Edwards off the head. Out of bounds for a throw-in. Samadurov. Martinez. Crossed it, and nice defensive play by the Huskies, and then cleared out on the near side. Abakushk again making a move. Whitney Johnson stolen away by Hannah Nichols and then sent far side for GCU's Michaela McGee. Nice lead ball there. And that one going for Cameron Larson and taken by Guevara. Larson tripping on Guevara's hands after the fact. But that's just good effort.
Larson certainly not happy about the trip. Referee's right there to let him know he saw everything. He's not impressed enough to give a foul, so we'll keep playing.
And it did look like she kept running and just tripped over the hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guevara was just, making her play. You're not going to worry about another player here on the near side. Here's Cook, looks to send it in, crosses it back. Does, and Larson can't get there, and it's going to go out for a goal kick for the Huskies.
Yeah, just over her head. It was a little bit behind her. Tries to catch it on the far side of the goal line. Isn't quite fast enough. What a spectacular look, though, for Cook. Able to get deep in on the corner, play it across. Certainly not the perfect cross she was looking for, but great opportunity all the same.
Off the head and out. Thrown in by Rickert and out again. Nice job, finds Cook, but off on the ball by Whitney Johnson, and the Huskies are going to have it. The near side along the line, and it's going to be out again. Hannah Edwards tosses the ball to Samadurov. Trips from behind. Oh, and stepped on. That looked like it hurt. Taylor Rizzo, I believe, stepped on the hands of Mackenzie Cook. Yeah.
Well, and right in front of the Lopes technical area, every single player there on the sideline saw it. They're not happy about it. They're letting the referee know that they're not happy about it.
I mean, don't really want to speculate, but it seemed pretty blatant. I'm not saying it was. Maybe she just didn't see the hand, but I don't think you needed to really step over Cook there.
Certainly, I think we probably could have gotten a yellow card there. However, I think this referee is electing to let the ladies play. He knows that they're upset because of the heat, because of the frustration of not having a lot of possession. So he's more than happy to manage them just by talking to them.
Well, you talk about the heat right there, and Whitney Johnson is going to come off with what looks like cramping. Jogs off with the athletic trainer. And like you said, I believe when she kicks off, she'll just stand on the sideline and it'll be released right away. Or in the...
Yeah, very quickly to right away. If she's deemed by the fourth official to be able to head back into the match. Looks like they're going to sub.
Yep. Here comes number 9, Avery Cortez. Here she comes. Cortez. Guarded by 2.
Well, certainly happy to see the Lopes getting a set play there in the corner. Though for the most part, it's just a corner.
See if they can make something happen here. Kick is in. It's going to be it's going to be tight and grabbed by Guevara. Nice job. Again, rising above and getting the hands on it. She has been amazing today.
Well, she has certainly been the difference in this one. Her vision, throwing it back out to players that are open.
Oh my gosh.
That's a hard challenge, but a good challenge.
And words being said between the two right now. Abakushk and number 16, Wisely. It was a good challenge, but seemed very aggressive. And
yeah, any challenge in front of your own technical area is going to elicit a response from both your players, the coaches, the substitutes on the side. So it's a little bit different from something perhaps on the other side of the field by the platform.
well said. Back up onto Lope's way. Corner coming. Here it comes. The kick. And it is kicked out by the Huskies. And then going to go get it is Wisely out of bounds. Thrown in here. Kelsey Smith tackled on the far side and out, and they're not going to say anything. She's going to have some words for the official. Official says move on, and the Huskies are going to get possession there.
Well, she certainly has a reason to be upset.
Oh, yeah.
Though I don't like to see arms being thrown out by her sides. You know, you're showing up the referee at that point.
No, absolutely. Just kind of keep it simple, you know, and that one.
Great touch there, just a little bit high.
Yeah, oohing and awing right there. Went to the left side, tried to bring it across her body, but too high and a little bit wide. Guevara here with a goal kick, sends it out. Nice job coming to get that ball by Hannah Edwards. Here she comes. She's got some space. Will she shoot? She may. She's got it. Oh, my goodness. Another real just mishit off the foot of Hannah Edwards.
Just a bit of a wasted opportunity there. Was able to cut back, get through that back line. Just couldn't finish.
Well, we talked about not being able to finish, but we never talked about not being able to start. I mean, this is the capitalization, though. You got to be able to score the goals. I think that just comes with more confidence and you know, more practice. The more practice you get, the more confident you're going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lopes have been all over their chances. They have really taken far more shots, far more possession. Would love to see them be able to capitalize on these chances they're getting.
Thrown in and out of bounds. Back. Here in and taken away. Nice job, but goes off the goal line, and now it's going to be a corner, I believe.
Yeah, Logan Van Dyne able to step over, make a good defensive play, maybe a little heavier than she meant to, giving the Huskies that corner kick. Huskies elect to take the short corner and play it across. Played back in.
Nice move inside, too, and
she will be offsides.
Oh, yeah, it definitely looked like she was over that line just ahead of the play. Now Burton is going to get a goal kick. Here they go. Passed in, headed out. Sent up again. Cameron Larson with it. Kicked on. And again. Far side unable to keep it in, and now it will go to the Huskies.
A little bit of boot ball there. Like to see the Lopes be able to bring it down to their feet, play around on the ground, and use that in order to gain the halfway line and ultimately get into the attacking third.
Kicked out. Nice job to get it by the Huskies, and then a tackle on the top of the box. Nothing happens.
Looked like a little push there. Referee will give the ball to the Lopes.
Here comes the kick. In the air and to a Huskies player off the head for another throw-in by Cameron Larson. Can she keep it in? Yes. Sent back. Through again.
Up to Cook. And played out.
Well, one of these teams has got to find a way to break through. At some point you'd figure, but we'll see who does. Middle of the field. Huskies possession. Back to the Lopes. Moved on. Nice run here. Martinez. Nice job. That ball had some nice spin on it to come back, but cleared out, and that will be a throw-in.
Yeah, excellent chance by the Lopes. Able to get the ball in, force the defender to come up and make a play. Those are exactly the kinds of plays you want to see because they will make a mistake eventually. They can't do that all day.
Well, Andrea Martinez wearing Anissa De Vera's number from last year. Sent in, cleared out again, but it's kept by Nichols. And still with GCU. Nichols with the ball. We have a player down for the Huskies. Larson couldn't make something happen. She was working against Beakey. In again, and there is Guevara.
Looks like Whitney Johnson for the Huskies getting ready here on the sideline to substitute in.
Guevara sends it up off the head. Edwards.
Good play under pressure, able to find her defensive partners.
Here comes Samadurov. Taking off the ball. Nice job by Cortez. Spencer sent it up. Intercepted by the Lopes. And again. Here they go down the side. It's sent in, trying for Cameron Larson, and nothing there. That almost dropped in. A nice punch by Guevara.
Yeah, almost sneaked in there, just off the top of the crossbar. Great opportunity by the Lopes. Looks like we have some substitutes here.
Yeah, Whitney Johnson, like you said. And for the Lopes, JC Aranshad. And I see, well, Remy Deutsch is on. She's got one of the 2 yellow cards for the Lopes, as well as Perry Belzer looks to be getting ready to go for a substitute as well. Oh, that didn't go out.
Yeah, strong play there to keep it in.
This is going to be a tough play, though, offensively. Yeah, with the defender there, Samadurov think, changed her cleats. She did. 37 in gray changed her cleats for the second half. Here goes Cook. Made something happen. She's got an open player. Can she get it? No, no one there, and that is just miscommunication. Close, but not quite.
That would have been quite the impressive play with two defenders, one on each shoulder, be able to cut through that and be able to get a shot from that angle. That would have been very impressive. Instead, we'll get a throw in from deep in the offensive third.
Baptist sends it in down the line. Race for it here on the near side. Lunging for it. Goes 20 in black. But it'll be a GCU ball here on the near side. There's Perry Belzer. We knew she was getting ready to come in. She has. And maybe these mid to late substitution for GCU going to make something happen. In that the first 25, 30 minutes has been completely different than the final, or than the last time we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lopes have been able to establish possession, they've been able to keep possession, and they've been able to get some quality chances, but if you looked at the scoreboard, you wouldn't be able to tell.
No, you're right. But you know what you would be able to tell if you look behind the goal is that there's more and more havocs coming in by the minute, so hopefully it gets to a certain point and that pot just overflows, and a goal comes from it. Cook sends it to Edwards. A nice aggressive defensive play. Scramble for the ball. Blue comes up with it. That's when you'd want to see Gray with it. Scrambles like that, but they still have plenty of time left to make something happen. Middle of the field. McGee sends it in. Iranshad, and that one goes far outside, so nothing doing there.
Well, and what a great attack there by Michaela McGee, coming all the way from the right back, getting the ball, playing it through, and then joining the attack, going up the left wing, and posing a threat to those defenders.
They need to kind of have a couple more threatening chances because they have not really tested Guevara as of late. Here they go, maybe something here. Will she shoot? No. Doesn't pull up. Oh, lost that one there. Iranshad had something maybe. And then Guevara and who was that, Edwards? Get into a little shoving altercation.
Having a little bit of a negative altercation there, but we'll keep playing.
And you heard the Havocs too getting into it. This one through, and a chance. Is it offside? Nice defensive play. Edwards comes in and saves a goal for the GCU Lopes, and they're still tied. Can defense turn into offense here? Here's Cook. My, wouldn't that be a turnaround? Cook to the left. Cook, room. Does she have one? Score! Oh! GCU has taken the lead in the 66th minute.
Well, what a great counterattack there. There was questions about whether the Husky was in offsides. She was not. Lopes able to get back, make a great defensive play. Burton able to step up and make an absolutely spectacular save. Throw it out to Cook. Cook's able to go down the left side and get that goal.
Well, I mean, you almost had a feeling that that was going to happen. Houston Baptist had a huge chance, and then when Hannah Edwards just came and absolutely sprinted by her, taking the ball, Burton got the ball up quickly, and then you just had a feeling when Mackenzie Cook had it, something was going to happen. But I'm not sure if that's is that unofficially an own goal because it hit off the defender, because I think it went from Cook to the middle, but I think it may have hit a defender trying to block it. I'm not sure.
Well, you certainly have to ask if there was a chance for her to play it. I don't think there was, so I don't think I'd call that an own goal.
Yeah, how would you classify an own goal, just real quick? I mean, what? Just for...
Well, we've certainly seen quite a few own goals internationally. 2014 World Cup opened with an own goal. For the most part, it is when a defender has a chance to make a play and just flubs it.
Okay, so yeah, you're saying the Husky defender did not have a chance to make a play on that ball. I'd say I agree with you there. She was kind of just in the middle. Sent in again, looking to extend. Oh, Cook tried to chip it above, could not do it. The angle would have been difficult from how close she was to the goal and where the keeper was.
Well, and from there, that's just a tap in. You're just trying to redirect the ball, get it in the back of the net if you can. This Lopes squad has really come alive in just the last 6 minutes, wouldn't you say, Alex?
Well, they've come alive and couldn't have asked for a better time here as we kind of reach the final 25 minutes. I mean, this game's starting to wind down, and each team is going to make, the moves they're going to make in this game, and that's a big goal at this point of the game for the match for GCU.
Absolutely. GCU can keep up this pressure. It should be smooth sailing from here. Now,
yeah, you don't want to be too comfortable with one goal.
Exactly.
Yep, I knew where you're going with there. You do not want to get too comfortable. Keep going for some, right?
There's a great through ball there. Good defensive play. Able to play it out for a throw-in.
In the box. Oh, that one. I thought that was going across the goal, but it stayed near side and just lobbed up.
Looked like it was going across. It was played by a defender out of bounds, so we have a corner kick.
Oh, man, I didn't even see that. So now this is going to be another chance to extend the lead and really put on that cushion as the berm behind the visitors' goal fills up. Oh, on the ground, kept that one. No air, so no header, looking for the feed, but nothing doing. Iran Shad sends it in. Stays up. GCU still can have a chance to get a shot off. Nice defense by the Huskies, though, and they do not allow it. So, Houston Baptist now, a through ball, and no problem for Abby Burton.
Good job being able to step up on that and save that. I think it would have probably been offsides either way, but great to see Burton get that in her hands and be able to distribute it as she wants.
Yeah, definitely a little bit scary, even though it is offsides, and Burton really just quelling those fears. So Edwards gets it back. Van Dyne. Far side. And that one along the touchline. Good for a Houston Baptist throw-in.
Well, so we've talked about this all game with our Sanderson forward keys to the game. They have done a wonderful job of relying on all-conference Mackenzie Cook. They really are controlling the match right now. They're really playing a strong possession game. Now, all they need to do is finish out those few minutes.
But that has been the problem, and we've talked about that all game long in the pregame and the halftime show, finishing out the games that they start strong. They are no stranger to leading 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 in the 85th even minute, but They cannot concede a goal in the final 10 minutes. I'd say at this point, you need to put it in your mind that you're not going to let a goal in. You can't.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to play strong defensively. They need to keep the Huskies from getting any chances towards their net.
Oh, nice job, just like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was nice.
Mackenzie Cook being able to step back on.
Offside, yep, saw it right away. Saw the hands go up by the Lopes, but that could have been a chance had that not been offsides, but I think she was so open because she was so offside. Edwards takes this one up. Here's Cook. Near side touchline, Iran Shad. Oh, nice job by Guevara to grab that one as it had a little spin on it.
Yeah, good look across the goal of the mouth. Maybe a little bit too closer, or too close to the goalie.
Sent in into the center circle. Played on there. And then Cook with it. She's always a danger with it on her foot. Far side, Guevara grabs it and keeps it. And this, you talk about a quick pace of play. There's not really been a lot of stoppages here. So, I mean, I think, you know, if you're in the MLS or FIFA or whatever and you have extra time, I think you only put on 1 minute, right? Plus one.
Well, here, here in the NCAA, we don't do any.
Right.
Oh, they say we got our 90 minutes. We're good with our 90 minutes. Whatever happens.
And I like it that way. I mean, I like it that way. You know, stoppages are part of the game, but I just think it lets the players show what they can do more. I don't know how exactly to describe that, but I like that better than the stoppage time.
Yeah, personally, I'd rather see, you know, here we have a corner. If the clock was to expire right here, we'd be done. Oh, I would much rather see that corner played, and then we could be done, you know?
So if this was ticking down to 2-1 and she didn't get it off,
right, we'd be done, which the Lopes would be fine with.
Oh, absolutely, but yeah, it does seem unfair that, yeah, if you're going to do that. I absolutely agree with you in that aspect. I think be able to at least finish a set piece or whatever, but, you know, the 5-6 minutes after, I guess if you got a lot of flopping, but we haven't seen any of that here.
Here's Mackenzie Cook with the corner.
Header, nope, off the head again.
Down to feet.
Left side, sent in. That one's not going to go. Guevara grabs it. Not really a chance at all.
A good, strong challenge there. Trying to make something out of kind of a nothing ball.
Deutsch didn't really, didn't get a good piece of that.
Going back to what you were saying, though, about the pace of play, these referees have really done a great job allowing the players to play fast.
Uh-oh, into the box. Oh, no. The trip at the top of the box, and I thought we were going to see a penalty kick, but no. Maybe that didn't warrant one. Now here comes Cook the other way. Defense to offense. Can they do it? Nice dangle. She's going to go to the right this time. Oh, one too many moves.
I'm absolutely surprised as well that we're not seeing a kick by Houston Baptist on top of the 18. What a great counterattack, though, by Mackenzie Cook.
Running down, and smartly so, just clears that one out of there because you have the Huskies bearing down on you. At this point, you kind of feel like, obviously, something may happen, especially with the pressure the Huskies are doing, but you don't want to take any risks at all.
Yeah, absolutely, especially at this stage of the game. Much rather just see strong soccer. You don't need any impressive plays. You don't need any big flashy moves. All you need to do is play good fundamental soccer for the next 15 minutes.
And really, I mean, fundamental soccer was the first 20, I'd say between the 20th and 30th minute where they kind of stayed back in their own third and passed it around and tired out the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a wonderful job the first half of playing around, tiring out the Huskies, and they've been able to cash in on it.
Oh, man, a push, and the 8s going after each other. No words. She's going to take a run.
They elect to go with the quick restart.
Wildung sends it in. Nice job heading that one out by McGee. Right off the forehead.
And we should see most, if not all, of the Lopes head back into the 18 in order to play this defensive corner.
Oh, yeah. This is not a time you want to allow a goal, and certainly not the place during a set piece, but
looks like all but one will head into the area.
You sure called it. Nothing doing. Got to clear that one out. Oh, fortunately, rolled further, so there was no immediate danger to collapse on that. And, oh, that was close. Had she have kept that one on, it had numbers, but unable to do so. McGee sends it over to the far side. Past the center line. Now over the top. Nothing doing.
That there is a bit of a waste to me. She has a lot of space there. She can slow down the game. She can take her space, and then she can start looking to distribute. The last thing you want is the ball in the hands of your opposing goalkeeper, because she can put it just about anywhere on the field she wants.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, you don't need to be taking shots, really. You don't want to be, you don't want to turtle and go into a shell and just trying to protect this lead, but at the same time, you don't necessarily want to be being so aggressive and keep sending them into the box.
Right, certainly you don't want to be too defensive. You don't want to park the bus. You want to keep attacking, but you don't want to attack so hard that you leave the back susceptible to that counterattack.
I knew I was looking for another term. That's right. Park the bus. That.
Yeah, you know, I'm a big Chelsea fan.
Well, I was going to say, I think the first time I ever saw Park the Bus, I was changing my formations on FIFA, and I went all the way left on the D-pad, and that's what it was.
There you go.
Burton with the ball. 78th minute.
Here's another facet of the game I'd love to see them work on. Burton has the ball in her hand. She can drop it right there, stand over it, make someone run up to her, and then she can start playing it to her defensemen. Her defensemen are very talented. They're good on the ball. They know how they can play around, and if they feel like they have too much pressure, they can boot it down the field and get rid of it.
And a nice job of that this evening as we reach the final 11 minutes of this match. Oh, a ball to the Lopes, just outside the box, sends it in, and no one was there. GCU, you can see kind of hanging back a little bit more now defensively. Definitely very noticeable.
Looks like Andrea Martinez will head in for the Lopes, along with Larson.
Andrea Martinez as well will come on. Just gotta finish it out. It's been the theme of the afternoon is finishing. And if the Lopes can do it, they will secure an out-of-conference victory in their first home game of 2018 season. Winless on the road last year at 0-6, but they finished good enough to make the WAC tournament and falling to Utah Valley in the second round. And like we said, Coach Leader thinks they're even more talented as that shot goes wide and high.
Well, if you're just joining us, you've missed quite a peach of a game. Lopes able to control the game, able to play a strong possession game, and they're ahead 1-0 with the goal coming from J.C. Aranshad from the foot of Mackenzie Cook on the counterattack.
23 shots to 5 in favor of the Lopes.
And that's exactly what we wanted to see
Yes.
this game. They've been outshot. They've had more more corners against them. This is exactly the bounce back we needed from this team.
Absolutely, and if nothing, I mean, if it's a complete game, because if they can finish this game and seal it out and play the complete game, then you know they will have successfully done that and held it for the first time in a while. You heard 11 games lost by 1 last year. That can't happen.
Well, absolutely. This team has really improved from where they were last year, and hopefully we'll see a lot more good things from them this season.
Edwards, nice job keeping that one out. Larson is going to play this one, and off a foot of a Husky.
Well, Lopes taking their time with this restart, heading into the 82nd minute.
And grabbed. Goalie's got it.
Well, maybe a little bit of a rough play right there in front of the referee, but he's right there. He saw the whole thing, decided he wants to see them play, just like he's decided all day long. He's done a really great job keeping the pace of this match up.
That's right, in GCU, just a little under 8 minutes before they secure win number 1 of the season, go to 1-2. And those 2 losses, a 1-0 loss to Washington State, ranked number 21, and then a 2-1 double overtime loss to Gonzaga. So this team is definitely turned a new leaf, not necessarily statistically yet, but certainly on the field. I mean, they have played with a lot of heart and a lot of talent.
Well, and soccer is such a game of momentum as the ball's crossed in here.
Oh,
good defensive play to play that out to friendly feet.
Needed it too. That one is going to spin out.
Well, soccer is such a game of momentum, like I was saying. A big win here at home will really help the Lopes on Sunday when they face NAU. And if they're able to capitalize on NAU, they'll be able to head on the road with that momentum.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's going to be a bigger win than, as far as the schedule goes, every win is the same, but in the eyes, having played Division I sport, playing your in-state rivalry and beating them, there's nothing like it.
Well, and there's a good decision there from the assistant referee, throwing her flag up, saying that she's not happy with the contact she just saw, helping her center official out.
And a 7 o'clock game there against NAU, so you can be sure that one will be just as packed as this one. The Huskies with the ball now on the perimeter of the penalty area, looking for possession, unable to do so. Sent 3 to the ball, now in, far side, but too far. And a goal kick.
Well, and Fiona Samendorov will head on for the Lopes. Coach Leader is really using his substitutions at this point to slow the match down. He knows we're in the 85th minute. We need the pace to go way down. We need to limit the opportunities that the Huskies get.
Certainly a great idea to use the substitutions. Yeah, not only, like you said, to get the new legs, but to kind of waste some time. Larson now open here on the near side touchline. Oh, I'm not going to find her. Keep it out. Top corner into the penalty area. There's a shot, and that one high, but definitely had some good power behind it. Just couldn't hit the net. I was going to say iron and then net, you know.
Yeah, happens.
But it was a very good shot. Not to say you've seen a couple shots tapped or maybe missed very wide. That one wasn't too close, I'd say. Wasn't too far
right
from missing.
And here comes the Huskies on a promising attack, but it's quieted down by the Lopes. Good job.
And in the middle of the field, Sarah Inafuku will look to slow things down, find teammates.
Well, Alex, it looks like we've got some big name fans up there at the executive suite looking on from, looks like the boardroom. We've got President Mueller up there enjoying the match. It's good to see him come out and enjoy these Lopes games.
And that one almost a corner. I think it is going to end up with a corner. Inafuku is going to take a corner. I was waiting to see, and that's good. I don't know why I've got a feeling here, but there go the Havocs to the platform.
Well, with only about 4 minutes left, Lopes are going to take their time with this. They'll probably play it short to one of their other defenders.
And those people walking back there during this can't help. I mean, that has to be distracting. Oh, Cameron Larson almost got it to it. Look at how many GCU players back. They only have a couple in the penalty area. They don't need to score here. They've got it in their offensive zone. All they need to do is kill the time, and that's what they are doing. Another corner kick coming.
Yeah, I'd love to see a player run on the ball and hold the ball there in the corner.
I always like watching that, but oh, down she goes, maybe just looking for some time, and now too far. That was a good tackle right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job
by Smith.
Well-timed, able to step in, get the ball, and quell that counterattack before it happened.
Smith. Oh, is she going to do what you said? I thought maybe, as she was kind of dancing towards that corner, but not quite.
Here's a substitution for Houston Baptist.
Autumn Wildung in, and that is the second star. Of course, Wildung and Spencer. But neither of them have done anything tonight.
Yeah, Lopes have done a really great job of quieting them down. Able to find space here on the far side. They'll play it through.
Oh, just clamped down on a little too tightly.
It sounds like Coach Leader has stood up and is relaying some instructions. Looks like they're going to play it across the mouth of the goal.
Sent up, 89th minute. About 1:45 to go. "90 seconds remain." GCU has put together a complete game, a complete match, and complete statistics from pretty much every player that stepped on the pitch.
Yeah, they've all pitched in really well. Here we have some time wasting. I like to see that. Hanging out in the corner, referee's able to get in real tight and see that that ball got played out for a Lopes throw-in.
Again, wasting it. 30 more seconds. So the Lopes able to put 25 shots, only 6 on net, and they were able to get 10 corners compared to the Huskies' 3. In their first win of the young season. A lot to be done, but the first 2 losses clearly taught this team a lesson, as a double overtime loss and then a 1-0 overtime loss to a number 21 ranked team nationally. Well, and they've done it.
The clock will expire here. The Lopes will have their first win of the season coming here at home in front of this huge GCU crowd.
They've done it. 1-0. And Luke, who is going to be the GCU Golf Course Player of the Game?
Well, I don't think we have any choice but to reward JC Iranshad with that honor. She is by far the GCU Golf Course Player of the Game. Look as she just finishes that on the doorstep of the goal. Absolutely spectacular. I don't know what else you want from her in that situation.
7 shots, 2 on goal, and of course, the game-winning goal. She had 37 minutes of time.
Well, and we'd be remiss to not mention Mackenzie Cook was on the assist. She was able to take the ball from almost coast to coast, able to take it, run across the field, get it in deep on the corner, just like they practiced the other day. She was able to cross it to JC Iranshad. Absolutely great presentation by her. Absolutely great play. Would love to see more of that from all of them.
Well, thank you so much for watching the 2018 Women's Soccer Home Opener. Don't go anywhere. Men's soccer takes on number 12 Wisconsin Badgers right after this. You can clearly tell there.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/GCU. Have a great night, and go Lopes.
season, but it won't be an easy task as the defending Big Ten champs are in the house and the Wisconsin Badgers